Hello. Y'all see I got my tank top on. I told you I'm gonna get there.
Getting with it, eh?
Listen, I went to the gym for the first time, as I mentioned earlier in our previous video, after a week. It feels like 2 weeks, feel like forever not being in there.
Yeah. Well, how you think I feel? It's been a minute since I've been in the gym.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you, just to push forward and just come. We might as well go in there together. I don't see why not.
I will.
Just know your boundaries. Like, you're not trying to do a bodybuilding competition. Just do what you can do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do
As you see what's happening in the meeting.
Yeah,
after my week off.
I'm gonna at least wait till I go to follow up next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Once I go to my follow up and she says, okay, you're good, then I'll add something else.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So this is gonna be brief. I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit more about after you get the desires of your heart, or some of the desires of your heart. Don't forget where you came from. True.
Right.
Don't forget the people that helped you get to where you're at, and don't forget the path that it may take you to get to where you need to be.
So you're a stepping stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You also don't forget, like you say, don't forget the people and what it took you, but you always don't stay there either. You keep moving forward to where your ultimate calling is.
You can also remember the people that doubted you too. You don't have nothing to prove to nobody.
Nope.
But at the same time, they're gonna see the fruit of all your labor.
Right.
Because you can't hide the blessings.
No.
You can try, but if you're truly blessed and you're in the overflow,
you can't hide it.
You cannot hide it. No. I know we've tried it in the past, and you're not supposed to be ashamed of what God has done for you, man.
Yeah.
A woman.
Right.
Of God. Show it off.
Exactly.
Because you might be the only light that people see.
That's it. And you've earned it. You put in the work, you've done it. So everybody else who was your naysayers, you ain't got to prove nothing to them. They're going to see it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going to give y'all some steps, 3 steps. And I'm going to ask Trina if she can to look up certain definitions.
Sure.
For one, this diamond I'm getting ready to give you guys, I'm going to give y'all the definition. You keep hearing it all the time for a lot of financial planners, which is what I was for 14 years after I decided to go into business for myself. Now, 15 years?
Yeah.
I can't tell you it was easy, but I will say it's well worth it. Sometimes, if anything, you work harder for yourself than you do for somebody else. But a lot of people would beg to differ and say, you know what? If you have your own business, you can set your own schedule and you don't have to be on nobody's job.
You know why you work harder for yourself? Because you don't have nobody to fall back on.
Yeah. If
you're working for somebody else, it's more besides you. It's a group collectively working together.
And the problem with that is, you don't work, you don't eat. Like, as simple as that. So for all of you that's on commission,
that's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says, yes.
A man don't work, don't deserve to eat.
I think the same thing should apply for a woman. A lot of these women shouldn't eat.
Bible applies
Actually, it'll help some of these women and men not eat.
But it applies to both.
Literally, yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to look up the definition of Regulation E. What is Regulation E? I'm not going to give y'all too many more of our diamonds. What's the definition of Regulation E? What is Regulation E?
You ready? Regulation E is a regulation put forth by Federal Reserve Board that outlines rules and procedures for electric funds transfers and provide guidelines for issuers under electric debit cards. The regulation is meant to protect banking customers who use electronic methods to transfer money. Which means,
if you feel like you got overcharged, if you feel like you didn't authorize a particular transaction, call your bank and dispute.
Because that's what Regulation E means. You are covered under the federal government. If you don't feel like it's authorized, you can dispute it.
The more stuff you buy, the more stuff you can dispute. or have bought.
Right.
I'm not telling you to go buy a pair of boots, wear them 3 times, and then take them back and call your credit card company
And say
you know, I don't know where it is. You know they delivered it to your front door.
Right.
Because that is fraud.
Yes. But what we are saying, if you spend and spend and spend, but some things, it just don't add up right. The name, the logo, something's not together how it's supposed to be.
Even if it's a third party company.
Even if it's a third party.
That handle the transaction.
Right.
You don't recall that.
Any of that,
yeah.
then that's what that is set in place for you to dispute.
Yes. And the question would be, is there a certain amount of time that a person can actually do it, or is there a statute of limitations? The answer to that is yes and no. It depends on what state you're living in. If you live in a state where it's like, okay, every state has different laws and regulations. Every bank has different laws and regulations.
Right.
But you guys can study upon it yourself. Basically, it's saying if you feel like you was overcharged,
right,
look into it. Call your credit card company. Call your bank company. Even if you don't have your bank company, call your bank to dispute the company.
Right.
Which is the merchant more than likely. For example, I'm gonna use my son for example. He ordered I would say a jacket, a nice jacket, pretty high-end jacket, and he never received the jacket. This is going on 3 months, I think. Rocky was saying.
Right.
They billed his credit card.
Yep.
But he never got it, or they delivered it to the wrong address.
Yes.
Like, what can he do about that?
Nope.
That wasn't his fault.
It was never.
So guess what happened?
Delivered in his possession.
Right. So guess what happened? I told him, I said, Rocky, this is what you say. This is what you do. You call, and he said he didn't want to be bothered. So I kind of, as he was on the phone, told him what to say,
right.
and lo and behold,
yeah.
Guess what happened? He ended up getting refunded the full amount.
Even though he made the purchase,
right,
he never received the product.
Right.
So why is he paying for something that he didn't receive? That's not right on his behalf.
And I can tell you this. I remember last year sometime, we're not going to hold you long. Last year sometimes I actually went to a particular store and they swiped my card. They billed it twice because they was having problems with their system.
Oh, okay.
And I stick my card in and they gave me a receipt. The first time it said it was canceled, transaction canceled, and I'm like, for whatever the total was, I knew that wasn't a concern.
Right.
Manager tried to say, oh yeah, you know, it normally do that, you know, if a person don't have the funds on there. I said, that's nowhere close.
Not possible.
Yeah, for my case, y'all got a problem with y'all machines. Lo and behold, I immediately log in online, check my bank account, and I was missing the amount of money it was twice. I said, oh no.
Oh yeah.
I said, oh no. And so I took immediately the receipt right back in the store. They said nothing they can do.
But I have one. When we went to Clinton Crossings and we went to, you know, outlets or whatever.
But just to let you know, same thing I'm saying, I ended up calling the bank and they refunded me the full amount.
Right.
Actually, for both transactions.
Well.
And I got to keep the merchandise.
Well.
Because the store tried to pull a fast one on me, point of sale POS.
Oh, okay. But we went.
Study it. But you were saying Clinton Crossing.
Clinton Crossing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We went shopping and we went to the one of the outlets. I think he was getting cologne, perfume, or something. But we went through, stuck my card in. It said, she's like, no, it didn't work. It says cancel, something's wrong with the card or whatever.
Right.
I was like, oh, all right. So I was like, I'll just put it aside. I'll come back for it as we're walking around. And then I looked at my, you know, my receipt, my email, and it says I made a purchase for such amount of money at this same location. That
Some hundreds.
Right. That they told me didn't go through.
Didn't go through, right.
I called my bank automatically. This is, it says it's canceled. I did not do this. I need that refunded back to me. Because I didn't even get the product.
They did it right then.
They did it right
Literally
then.
within a couple minutes.
Yeah, because the
money was right back on there.
I didn't go out the store with the merchandise because they told me it didn't go through.
Right.
So how you charge me for something I didn't even get?
And you end up leaving it on the counter and still got charged where somebody else could have picked it up and
just kept on moving.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, y'all study stuff like that.
This is why you always have to check your records and your documentation. That's it.
So that's one right there. Y'all can read up on it. Here's another one, Regulation C.
Regulation C.
Let's see what that talks about here.
Okay.
I'm getting kind of lean. I still feel kind of like, you know,
Getting there.
out of the loop for that week I was out of the gym. But I mean, my body needed a rest, but I still need the energy. So yeah,
Okay. This is one?
let's try CC. Let's see what it says. But yeah, what I was saying is, you guys need to keep track of what you're doing, because just as sure as you live, you're gonna need some type of money, you know. And so yeah. But listen to this, Regulation
CC.
Listen to this.
Regulation CC requires that financial institutions provide customers who have a transaction account with disclosures stating when their funds will be available for withdrawal. Many institutions use this model disclosure statements included in Regulation CC, which means a lot of you guys, if you don't know, the banking information from your payroll, normally y'all get paid 2 days or 3 days earlier than it actually posts. So they put it on a hold.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why most places it says
bump that. I got to wait till Friday to get paid. No, your money was there Tuesday. Probably Wednesday at the latest.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So your money.
I'm telling you the truth.
So your money's sitting up in there on Wednesday, but yet you gotta wait till Friday till your bank releases it.
Cause see what happens is.
Oh no.
When payroll go in, depending on your company or whatever.
Right.
But they already got a track record or system
true.
of when your money is supposed to be there. You make normally the same wages.
Right.
And it's from the same company. So the bank already know ahead of time.
Right.
How much the payroll is going to be, just so long as the hours add up.
So you're in the algorithm.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah.
So this is why when you guys get different cards, or certain banks post sooner and make your money available because they got your money earlier.
Wow.
Same thing with tax returns.
Gotcha. I understand that.
So you got paid technically on Wednesday, not Friday.
Right.
You got paid, if you get paid on Thursday, you got paid technically Tuesday.
Right. Because it already went through payroll, already did its
they
thing.
got it.
And if it's payroll, it really only takes 24 hours for it to process.
And it does not have to clear the bank. Why would it clear the bank?
Because it's payroll. It's already logged in the system.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
But that's all we can hit y'all with today. We love y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Yes,
but
enjoy it.
We're gonna call this pay attention to the money.
There we go. Talk to you soon.